Assalamualaikum and hi to Dr. Said and to all my friends. So today we are going to learn chapter 9, Grouping, Differentiation and Technology. So I am Wan Ruliana. Will present the first part of the chapter, which is about grouping. So first of all, before we start, I want to explain and show to everyone what are elements of effective instruction beyond a good lesson. So it is Carroll's model of school learning and QAIT. So I want to ask all of you, why does effective instruction not only matter on good lecturers in order to achieve a good lesson? So I will give you an example. If the quality of lecturers were all that matters in effective instruction, we could probably find the best lecturers in the world, record their lesson, and show the video to students. So if you think about why video lesson will not work very well, you will realize how much more is involved in effective instruction than simply giving a good lectures. This is because in order to make the lesson effective for all of the students, every lecturers need to adapt it and meet their diverse needs. Furthermore, the best lesson in the world won't work if students are not motivated to learn or if inadequate time to allow all students to learn. So based on Carroll's model of school learning in the article titled A Model of School Learning, which is one of the famous articles published in the field of educational psychology. In the article, he described teaching in terms of the management of time, resources, activities to ensure student learning. So, Carros proposed that learning is a function of time actually spent on learning and time needed to learn. Time needed is a product of aptitude, prior knowledge, and ability to learn, while time actually spent is on-clock time available for learning, quality of instruction, and students' perseverance. Next in QAIT model, which is a model focusing on the alterable elements of Carroll's models, those the teacher or school can directly change. So the first one is quality of instruction. Quality of instruction is the degree to which presentation of information or skills help students easily learn the material. Quality of instruction is largely a product of the quality of the curriculum and lesson presentation. So it refers to the set of activities most people first picture when they think of teaching or lecturing, calling on students, discussing and helping students. When instruction is high in quality, the information presented makes sense to students, interests them, and is easy to remember and apply. There are two kinds of degree that the teacher need to know. The first one is the degree which the lesson makes sense to students, so teacher need to ensure by presenting material in an orderly, organized way. Teacher need to relate new information to what students already know. Second is the degree to which the teachers monitors how well students are learning and adapt the pace of instruction so that neither too fast nor too slow. So teacher need to ask questions frequently to the student whether they understand or not and how much they have grasped. Second is appropriate levels of instruction, the degree to which the teacher makes sure that the level of instruction is appropriate when a lesson is neither too difficult nor too easy for students. Different level of prior knowledge, skills, different learning rates, and motivation bring the most difficult problem of classroom organization. Student diversity requires teacher to organize level of instruction. Teaching a class that more than one student is different from one-to-one tutoring because of the inevitability of student-to-student differences that affect the success of instruction. This problem leads many teachers to search solution ways of individualizing or differentiating instruction, adapting instruction to make students different needs or grouping students according to their abilities. Third one is incentive. The degree to which the teacher makes sure that the students are motivated to work on instructional tasks and to learn the material being presented. So the best way to understand the word incentive here is the same meaning as motivation. Students must pressure themselves to pay attention to conscientiously perform the task and to study if they have enough amount of motivation. Last one is time, the degree to which students are given enough time to learn the material being taught. The final element of QAIT model is time. More time spent in teaching something does not necessarily mean more learning because it does not show the instruction being delivered in good quality. But if instructional quality, appropriateness of instruction, and incentive are all high, then more time on instruction will pay off in greater learning. The amount of time available for learning depends on two factors: the amount of time that you schedule for instruction and then actually use to teach, the amount of time students pay attention to the lesson. Both kinds of time are affected by classroom management and discipline strategies. If students are well behaved and well motivated, and if you are well prepared and well organized, then there is plenty of time for students to learn whatever you want to teach. So today we're going to learn and getting to know some methods of student grouping in order to accommodate achievement differences. How are students grouped to accommodate achievement differences? From the day they walk into school, uh, students differ in skills, knowledge, motivation, and predisposition. So these are 6 methods of grouping that I will explain. I want all of you to think, why does accommodating instruction to student differences is the most important thing in education? The answer is because the diversity of the students' ability. Here I list out the example of the categories. The first one is some students are already reading when they enter kindergarten. Some need much time and support to learn to read well. Some students already know a great deal about the lesson's content. Some know less but will master the content early on, and some might not be able to master the content at all within the time provided. Above all, I'm sure not all of you are in the same category as well, so that is the reason why grouping is the most important thing. So the first one, we will discuss about between class ability, or also known as tracking. Between class ability is by assigning students to classes according to their abilities. Between class ability can take many forms. For example, high school. High school may use college preparatory and general tracks that divided students on the basis of measured ability. In high school, this is accomplished by course placement. For example, some new graders take pure science, while others who do not qualify for pure science will take general science. Second one is middle school. Students are assigned to one class by general ability, and they then stay with that class, moving from teacher to teacher. In other middle school and also in many high schools, students are grouped separately by ability for each subject. So the student might be in high performing math class and an average performing science class. Last one is elementary school. Basically, elementary schools use a wide range of strategy for grouping students, including many of the patterns found in secondary schools. They will be assigned in mixed ability class for homeroom, social studies, and science, but then will be regrouped by ability for reading and maths. Elementary schools are less likely than secondary schools to use ability grouping between classes, but more likely to use ability grouping within classes, especially in reading. But however, research have found that although ability grouping might have slight benefits for students assigned to high track classes, these benefits are balanced by losses for students of low track classes. Why is between class ability grouping so ineffective? Grouping is often done on the basis standardized test score or other measures of general ability rather than according to performance on particular subject. As a result, the reduction in the range of differences level are actually important, for a specific class may be too small to make much difference. Furthermore, concentrating low-achieving students in low-track classes seems to be harmful because it exposes them to few positive role models. Study finds that teachers actually do not make many adaptations to the needs of students in low ability group. Several studies also have found that the quality of instruction is lower in low track classes. For example, teachers of low track classes are less enthusiastic and less organized. Next, we're going to learn about untracking, or known as mixed ability group. which is placing students in mixed ability groups by holding them to reach those standards, but providing many ways for them to reach those standards, including extra assistance for students who are having difficulties keeping up. Why is untracking is far from easy? This is because untracking often runs into serious opposition from the parents of high achievers. Second, untracking requires change in thinking about children's potentials, not only change in school or classroom practice. Also, teachers, parents, and students themselves must come to see the goal of schooling as success for every child, not as sorting students into categories if untracking is to take hold. This change in perception is difficult to bring about. As a result, the move toward untracking is going slowly at the secondary level. So the first technique is regrouping for reading and mathematics. It is often used in elementary schools. Students stay in mixed ability classes most of the day but assigned to reading and or maths class on the basis of their performance in the subject. For example, at 9:30 a.m., the fourth graders in a school may move to different teachers so that they can receive reading instruction appropriate to their reading levels. Second, Joplin plan. It is one form of regrouping for reading. Regroup students across grade lines. For example, a reading class at 4th grade first semester reading level may contain 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. Advantage of regrouping, students spend most of the day in mixed ability class. Low achievers are not separated out as a class and potentially stigmatized. Perhaps for this reason, regrouping plans, especially the Joplin plan, have generally been found to increase student achievement. The third technique of untracking is non-graded or known as cross-age grouping. So basically, it is seen in elementary schools. In non-graded programs or cross-age grouping programs, it will combine children of different age in the same classes. Most often, students aged 5 to 7 or 6 to 8 may be mixed in a non-graded primary programs. Students work across age lines but are often flexibly grouped for some instructions according to their needs and performance level. So the advantage is students can focus on the flexible grouping for instruction. For disadvantages, it is less effective when they have a strong focus on individualized instruction. Furthermore, research on the open classroom, which usually incorporates non-graded organization, also has failed to find achievement benefits. But reason to use this method is sometimes cross-grade grouping is used out of necessity because there are too few children at a given grade level to make up a whole class. Next is within class ability grouping, which is another way to adapt instruction to differences in student performance level. It is as is typical in elementary school reading classes and very common in elementary reading classes. Within class ability grouping is rare in subjects other than reading or mathematics. In reading, teachers typically have each group working at a different point in a series of reading texts and allow each group to proceed at its own pace. In many maths classes, the teachers present a lesson to the whole class and then mix with two or more ability groups, while other students are doing seat work to reinforce skills or provide enrichment as needed. The last technique is retention. Actually, retention is one of the most controversial issues in education, whether low-achieving students should be required to repeat grades or not. Primarily, as a result of accountability pressures, retention rates have risen dramatically. Retention is like gift of time. Proponents of holding back low-achieving students argue that this gives them a gift of time to catch up and sets clear standards that students must strive to achieve. And also, students that having been retained have one of the strongest prediction of dropping out. Lastly, retention also concentrated among male students who are from minorities or from disadvantaged homes. That's all from me, and I will pass to next presenter to discuss about ways of differentiating instruction. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and hi everyone. First of all, thanks to Nuliana for your presentation. So here we are still in chapter 9, which is grouping, differentiation and technology. So my name is Nora Shikimiti Arif and I will proceed this presentation with the other two subtopics from this chapter, which is what are some ways of differentiating instruction and what educational programs exist for students placed at risk. So now we are start with the first one, which is what are some ways of differentiating instruction. Now we start with the contents for what are some ways of differentiating instruction. There are three types or three contents here, which is the first one is differentiated instruction, the second one is peer tutoring, and the last one is tutoring by teachers. Okay, differentiated instruction. What is differentiated instruction? It is an approach to teaching that adapts the contents, level, pace, and also products, and it is to accommodate the different needs of diverse students in regular classes. So, one of major reasons for the effectiveness of tutoring is that the tutor can provide differentiated instruction, which is, as we know, we have two types of students, which is the student who learns very quickly, and also the other one for student learn are very slow in learning. So, if the student learns quickly, the tutor can move to the other task very quick. If not, the tutor can figure out what the problems and try another explanation or simply spend more time for the students. Then, the philosophy of differentiated instruction also emphasizes that all children can reach high standards. Some may need tailored assistance. So, for the example, create a common math test for a heterogeneous class, but include a few challenge questions for students with stronger preparation on maths. So, during state work, you might focus on students known to have difficulties with prerequisites skills, provide pre-teaching on those skills before class. And then teachers differentiate instruction by adapting, which is here we have four. For the first one is content, process, products, and also learning environment. For the contents, it seems like what students need to learn or how students access information. For the example, using reading materials at varying readability levels. So for the next one is process, which is activities students engage to make sense of or master the contents or master for the that contents. So for the example is providing interest centers that can encourage students to explore subsets of this class topic of particular interest of them. Then the third one is products, which is culminating projects that ask students to rehearse, apply, and extend what she learned in a unit. So here for the example, we can or tutor can using rubrics that match and extend students' varied skill levels. Then for the last one is learning environment. What is learning environment? As we know, environment is the surrounding around here, around them, around the students. So it means that way classroom works or feel. For example, making sure that there are places in the room to work quietly and without any distraction. So, in differentiated instruction also have pros and cons. For the pros, it is effective for high ability students as well as students with mild to severe disabilities. And then the second one is students take on more responsibility for their own learning if they are given more option. So it means that if we give the student more option, it's more easier for them. For the cons, it required more work during lesson planning. Teachers will struggle find extra time for them. So the learning curve can be steps, and more schools lack professional development resources. The second one is peer tutoring, which is nowadays students can help one another learn. So, what is the peer tutoring? Peer tutoring is tutoring of one student by another. So, in peer tutoring, we have two principal types. For the first one is cross-age tutoring, and the second one is same-age tutoring. For the cross-age tutoring, it's the tutoring of a younger students by an older one. So it means that the older one will teach the youngest student. And this types is most recommended by researchers, which is topping and early 1998, older students are more likely to know the material because students might accept an older students as tutor but resent having a classmate in that role. So the second one is same age tutoring, which is a student tutors a classmate. So they are the same age, the same classmate, or maybe they are friends. And then this type is easier to arrange and more effective with, because they know each other. And then it produces much better results than those who not have such training. For the next contents, which is tutoring by teachers. What is mean from tutoring by teachers? It means that one-to-one adult to child tutoring, which it is the ones of the effective instructions strategies. It can solve problems of appropriate levels of instruction. So here I prepare for you the example of adult volunteer, which is here I have three. For the first one is college students, parents, and also senior citizens. Tutoring is very effective, but tutoring models that use structured photonic methods were much more effective than other tutoring methods. Then here, phonetic programs are delivered are delivered by paraprofessionals. So, the smaller positive effect found in studies of phonetic tutoring to groups of 3 to 8 children. Then, the world-class use of cooperation learnings almost effective as one-to-one tutoring with struggling readers. Then here is important factors related to tutoring. Here I have four. The first one is tutors require training. So it means that the tutor might have training before they teach students. So then needs for supervisions and feedback during the process. Then they also need to record and report the progress. So now we know how the progress of the students. Then they also need to understanding rules and expectations. So here I prepared for you the video of what are some ways of differentiated instruction.
Diversity has become a defining feature of Alberta's classrooms. Students come to school with a wide range of interests and abilities, and diverse learning strengths and needs, including students with disabilities. Differentiation differentiated instruction is a philosophy that acknowledges that students learn at different rates and in many different ways. Differentiated instruction benefits students because it promotes an environment in which learning differences are not just tolerated, they are valued. Carol Ann Tomlinson, one of the early advocates of this approach, describes differentiation as shaking up what goes on in the classroom so that students have multiple opportunities to explore concepts, make sense of ideas, and demonstrate what they know and understand. Differentiated instruction can take many forms. For example, teachers can provide materials and learning tasks at different levels of challenge, or provide different levels of support in the classroom, depending on student needs. When done effectively, differentiated instruction is a seamless part of everyday instructional planning and classroom practice. It is woven throughout the school day and informs how physical space of the classroom is organized, what learning resources are used, how instruction is planned and delivered, how student learning is assessed. The very nature of differentiated instruction means that it will look very different in every learning environment, depending on the students, teachers, and learning contexts. Differentiated instruction begins with knowing who students are as learners. Effective differentiation also depends on knowing how and when to use multiple instruction strategies so that students have opportunities to learn in multiple ways. Ongoing classroom assessment is also key to differentiated instruction. Assessment informs instructional planning and provides snapshots of what students understand and can do. Another hallmark of differentiated instruction is the use of flexible groupings. With flexible groupings, students are grouped and regrouped over the course of the school day and throughout the school year. Typical groupings include whole class instruction, small group instruction, one-to-one instruction, peer teaching pairs, partner learning, independent learning activities, cooperative small group learning. This flexible way of organizing groups allows for targeted small group instruction with students who share similar learning needs, interests, or learning preferences. It is essential that group membership be flexible and ever-changing to allow students to work with different peers in a variety of situations. Students need opportunities to work in group settings that they are comfortable with, as well as those that challenge them to learn and grow.
So, we proceed for the other subtopic, which is what educational programs exist for students placed at risk. So here there are four contents, which is the first one is compensatory education programs, yearly intervention programs, comprehensive school reform programs, and the last one is after school and summer school programs. Possible indicator for possible failure in school have three, which is students come from impoverished or chaotic homes, or they come from the single parents, then marks development delays, and the last is exhibits aggressive or withdrawn behavior. These types are more likely to experience problems in school than other students. Then, placed at risk. What is meant by placed at risk? It is emphasizes the facts that resulting conditions in students was caused by an inadequate response from school, family, and also community. Then, student at risk. It means that students who are subject to school failure because of their own characteristics and because of inadequate responses to the needs by school, family, or community. So, in this also we have the term at risk, which is the term at risk come from medicine, which is we are borrow the term at risk from medicine, and it has been long used to describe individuals who do not have a given disease but are more likely to develop it. And then, for example, is who is more likely to develop lung cancer. It is more close to us. Then, we start with the first content for this subtopic, which is compensatory education programs. It prevents learning programs among students from lower socioeconomic status communities. So, the program here is Head Starts and also follow-throughs. It suitable for preschool or primary school to give them skills that they need, and it is good for them to start in school. Then in these types, we have the Title 1, which is largest compensatory programs. So, funds must be used to supplement, not supplant, local educational efforts. So that means that the school districts cannot use the money to increase teacher salary or purchase ordinary supplies. So, funds must go directly to increasing the academic achievements. So, like I said before, the Title 1 programs, they are largest compensatory program. Actually, Title 1 programs help students who are experiencing difficulties in reading. So then, for the students are pulled out of their general education classes to take part, we call that pull out programs. So this is for Title 1, which is federal. It was the federal program, which is it provides extra services for students from low-income families who are experiencing learning issues in school. It means that it's free for students who are come from low-income families. For example, they might identify children are pulled out of their regular classroom for a limited time daily for remediation in reading and other subjects. Title 1 also, Title 1 students working on main ideas, perhaps using the same instructional materials that the classroom teacher is using. So here, we also have the research of the effects of Title 1. Here, sustaining effect studies from Cater 1984, which it said that achieve better in reading and maths than did similar low achieving students. So then, major study of effects, we have two prospects. Prospect means that it compare elementary and middle school children. And also, prospects did not find any achievement benefits for children receiving Title A services. Then, yearly intervention programs, what it means that. So, we know here is yearly for young adult. It means that the programs that target infants actually and toddlers who are risked to prevent possible later need for remediation. For example, for infants that have delayed speech. Then, what is meant by reading recovery? Reading recovery in early intervention programs means that it will provide one-to-one tutoring for first graders by specially trained teachers. And I found that research on tutoring programs said that Carolina Abecedrin's programs and preschool program and also preschool and primary program they provide preschool and primary programs for children from low access backgrounds. Their comprehensive school reform programs. What is that? Comprehensive school reform, or the synonym we call CSR programs, is the school-wide approach that introduces research-based strategies into every aspect of student functions. For example, it's in curriculum, instruction, and also assessment. So we have to hear Success for All and also James Commerce School Development Program. So for Success for All, this program focuses on prevention and early intervention for elementary school serving disadvantaged communities. And then the other one, it will provide research-based reading programs for preschool, kindergarten, and grades 1 through 8, with one-to-one tutoring, family support services, and changes in instruction design to prevent students from falling behind. It will make the students more comfortable and more prepared, prepare, prepare in school. Then, for James Commerce School Development Program, they also build connection with parents and community. That means that they have interact with parents and also community around them. And it also organizing school staff in collaborative teams to engage in effective instruction. Then from my reading, I found that from common model, it said that schools that use the broadest principles underlying this approach had the greatest achievements. Then for the last content, which is after school and summer school program, we do not have three, but the explanation for the part of that, which is for the part one, after school programs. It combines sort of academic activities such as homework help with sports, drama, and also cultural activities. And this program also enhance students' achievements, which is need to incorporate well-organized coursework. So there might be a student who have more organized. Then it also extend the academic day. Then the explanation for the part of summer school session. I know that it was the last chance for students to avoid being retained in the grades, and which is mean that summer school is similar with summer loss phenomena. Children from low socioeconomic families tend to lose ground over the summer. Then the research found that simply sending books home with fourth graders and encouraging them to read with their parents increase their reading performance in the fall. It is the research from Kim 2006. It said that simply sending a book home with fourth graders about that. And then the review of Lower Akiba Wilkerson Upthorpe, Snow, and Marine Glen. They found that small positive effects of out-of-school programs when children attend to compared to who do not, which is they do not reading and doing in mathematics. Then it also give the effect for students. Then the effect for after school program and summer school session are same. So it means that after school program and summer school session are the same, are the similar programs. Then the importance from this contents is struggling children can be helped by extending instructional time for them. It means that we can see how the student struggle to do it, the task or the work if we extend the instructional time for them, which is we give them more time. Okay, thank you everyone. That's all from me, and I hope you will enjoy it. So now I will pass this presentation to Husna Najiha for explain more about how is technology used in education.
Hi, Assalamualaikum and good morning to our respected lecturer, Dr. Syed Mutawalli and my fellow classmates. My name is Husna Najiha binti Muhammad Zaini. So today I'm going to present on how is technology used in education. Okay, this is the last part of this chapter. Okay, so in this subtopic, we're gonna see generally how we can integrate our technology for teaching and learning purpose. Okay, yeah, we're also gonna see how as a teacher, as a student, how we gonna use technology for teaching, for learning, what are the tools for students and teacher use to communicate with each other. Okay, we also gonna see what types of web that can be used to find information. Okay, what is assistive technology and how it's helped disability student to also learn. Okay, and next is we're gonna see how administrators use technology for their administration work. Okay, what are the some challenges of integrating technology, and the last part is general online safety guideline that can be practiced, okay, for our safety. Okay, the next part is technology for teaching. Okay. All right, so in order for technology to be beneficial in the classroom, we as a teacher, we need to use various tools effectively so that we can convey information to students effectively. Okay, first, we can use computers to convey information. Okay, these are three common software that we always use to convey information to students. Okay, we use word processing to prepare for students quiz or their assignments, or making rubric, performa, okay, to give a students guideline how to complete the task. Okay, we use spreadsheets to analyze students grade. Okay, and also presentation software to make it to make the learning more interesting, as we can combine the video, the graphic. Okay, so it can attract more attention, more students' attention. Okay. Next, we can use interactive whiteboards for enhance our skills. Okay, and yeah, it's a presentation by allowing embedded multimedia items to be part of classroom instruction. Okay, as you can see here, these are examples of interactive whiteboards. Okay, it is a large touch screen that teacher can use to modify and display digital content for the entire class. Okay, with the usage of interactive whiteboards, students can participate in this class discussion by responding to teachers' question, by using their mobile gadget, and they also can use electronic response device, okay, to answer teacher's question. All right, just like we playing Kahoot or we do Mentimeter, like that lah. Okay, so yeah, the third part is internet for teachers. Okay, these are the common software that can be used to connect teachers with their students. Okay, via email. We can sorry. Okay, with using email, we can answer students' question. All right, we can communicate with students. Okay, discussion board. We have web authoring, video conferencing to make online class. Okay, the most famous web authoring for us as UPSI students is My Guru. Okay, as it's become a common practice for lecturers in UPSI to post a question forum or assignment for students to answer to enhance their learning. All right. Okay. So yeah. Next. Okay. Next is technology for learning. Okay, students can use processing, I'm sorry. Students can use word processing or desktop publishing to facilitate revision or writing reports, just like we always do to submit our assignment, to write a report. Okay, next we can use spreadsheet to collect or record data for assignment purpose. Okay, we can use database to find information for a variety of instructional purpose, especially when we want to complete our assignment lah kan. Okay, and next we can use computer assisted instruction or CAI to enhance our learning, because it is like a self-learning technique where it involves interaction of student with program instructional materials such as solving problems, or we can follow the instruction on the computer on how to do uh, chemistry experiments, for example. Okay, so in CAI program, they have tutorial programs, instructional games, drill and practices to enhance students' learning. So it's become more attractive and fun for students. Okay, it also can be used as self-learning techniques for students. Okay, we move to the next part. Okay, these are the example of hypertext, hyperlink, hypermedia that we can use to we use as search tool in database, such as encyclopedia or Wikipedia to find more information about particular topic. Okay, it can help us to get detailed information about something. Okay, all right, next. Okay, the internet for students. All right. Okay, internet for students is some kind of like the tools for students to use to enhance their learning. Okay, so students can use simulation software. Okay, to because it allows students to operate within a simulated environment. It also can help students to learn about that environment from inside. Okay, maybe as a psychology student, we don't use this kind of software. Okay, maybe and as an architecture students or engineering students need to use this kinds of software to build a system or to draw house plan, so that they can consider each of part to be, you know, to so they can study apa what we say study the environment from inside. Okay, uh, like that lah. Okay. Okay, next, webcast. Okay, webcast. Webcast. Okay, we can use webcast to seek information on the web to increase knowledge. Okay, the common webcast that we use is like Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox. That's are the that's are the common webcasts that we use to find information, especially to complete our assignment. Yeah? Okay, the next is problem solving programs. Okay, this is a very attractive program because while playing, students can learn. Okay, it helps students to develop critical thinking skill. Okay, here as you can see at the right corner. Okay, here is the example of problem solving programs. Okay, what if I not mistaken is Jasper series. Okay, in this program, students are shown video in which a character named Jasper Woodbury, something like that. Okay, face a series of challenges that require application of mathematics and thinking skills. Okay, so students must solve the problems that Jasper face before they can see his solution. So yeah, it's very good to enhance student learning as they have an offline discussion with their group members to complete their task. Okay, so yeah, it's very interesting, or maybe we can apply it later. Okay. Next, we have multimedia projects. Okay, we can use it um, to enhance students' learning because they use their critical thinking skill to integrate objects such as graphics, video, and sound into a presentation or specific project, so they can get more understand about particular topic. Okay, the web. Okay, the web 2.0. All right. Um, yeah, the web 2.0 is refers to the modern use of World Wide Web that incorporates free collaborative online communication using a template for users to enter their comment and they can reply to each other. Okay, for example, we have blogs, wikis. Okay, for blogs, students can use it for online storage, for example, to place their assignment or projects. But usually we use Google Drive, right? Because it's more secure. Okay. By using blogs, we also can create or post a content. Okay, you students can become a blogger. Okay. We can also find information or download something, download some resources from the blogs. Okay, so it's really helpful for students to learn and search information on the particular topic. Okay, next is wikis. Okay, wikis is a website where visitors can add or change the information on the site. Okay, the most widely known examples of wiki is Wikipedia. Okay, there are also another type of wiki. Okay, there are so many. For example, we can use WikiEd or Wiki Educator to access a wide variety of educational resources. Okay, we also have WikiHow, SchoolWiki, and Schoolpedia. Okay, Schoolpedia is actually a website where written by professionals to focusing on their field of expertise. So yeah, students can use it to gain a lot of information from wikis to help them in their learning process. Okay, so the next one is RSS feeds. Okay, RSS feed is a type of website that lets users know when something new is posted on the blog, the website that they subscribe, the social media channel. Okay, so they by using RSS feeds, it can help users to keep up to date with the new content. Okay, yeah, students can use it um, up to keep up to date with their educational purpose, such as educational website, right? New cars, okay. So yeah, I think maybe we can use it for Korean drama website also. No, I just kidding. Okay, yeah, it's just like they give you a notification when something is being updated, something new is being updated. Okay, just like announcement here. Okay, next we have podcasts. Okay, podcasts are multimedia files available on the internet. Okay, for playback on computers and mobile device. Okay, there are so many podcasts with many topics, including TV news and college lectures. Okay, we also can use podcasts in the classroom to supplement lessons that we are teaching. Okay, um, we also have educational podcast network, which lists podcasts by grade level and subject areas. Okay, maybe you can later on you can search on http double dot slash slash epnweb.org. Okay, to help us to to find the content that we want. Okay. The next one is social networking. Okay, we as usual we use our social networking to communicate with other people. Okay, because the social network or social media is the place where we meet other people who share some interest with us. Okay, we met our online friend like that. Okay, so yeah, we can use it to um, to our learning process. Okay, so the National Education Association is the social website for teachers to communicate with each other. So yeah, it's really helpful. Macam tu lah, okay. So Facebook also we can make or create a group, where we can discuss work or assignments. Like right now we use WhatsApp group to communicate with our team members to complete our group assignments. Okay, just yeah, it gives a lot of benefit for us. Okay, next is assistive technology. Assistive technology is technology that helps students with physical disabilities such as hearing loss or deafness, okay, speech disorders, vision impairment, limited skill in performing tasks, as well as learning or cognitive delay that impairs performance of target skills. So they can the disability students can use this assistive technology to learn or to learn and enhance their learning. Okay, so for example, like here we have what we call adaptive keyboard, okay, or screen reader for them to learn. Okay, All right. Here's the link from YouTube video that can help us to understand more about how disability students use technology for doing their work to yeah, to learn. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 links, but maybe we cannot watch it all because we are running out of time. So let's pick a random. Maybe you can you guys can watch later on when you guys free. Okay. It is very interesting.
Hi, my name is Ella Gorman. I am 14 years old. I like to go shopping at the mall. I have two brothers named Cole and Carter.
Hi, my name is Jill O'Gorman and my daughter is Elle O'Gorman. She is 14 years old and diagnosed with cerebral palsy.
This is my Dynavox. I use it to talk.
The Dynavox is an augmentative communication device that helps her communicate with us and her peers and at school.
When I look at a picture, using my head mouse, the Dynavox talks for me.
Without the Dynavox, she had a difficulty communicating what her needs were. People tend to underestimate her ability or what she understood and what she was able to express.
I like to write emails with my Dynavox. Before I had my Dynavox, I used a laptop.
We started out with just a simple book chart that was broken into categories, and she would eye gaze towards the pictures that she wanted. From there, we advanced to trying out a Pathfinder, which had too many buttons for her and was a little bit frustrating for her. So we went to a laptop with a communication software. From there, we went to the Dynavox.
I am learning to use more buttons to tell people what I am thinking.
The school played a role in helping us find the Dynavox. The assistive technology specialist who's been helping the district, who helps Ellie, was very instrumental in helping us. Ella's on an IEP, and so it was an IEP team decision to determine what device would work best for her. So they helped select the Dynavox, trial it, and then helped with funding. We contacted Dynavox first and did I believe a 6-week trial. During that trial period, we had to write extensive amount of monitoring to give detail about the trial. The speech pathologist, along with the assistive technology specialist from the district, helped in writing all of that up. And then we had to submit it to insurance to see if it would be approved.
My teachers helped me with my Dynavox.
We've all had training from Dynavox, and again, the assistive technology specialist has trained her IEP team. So modifications and additions stuff are added at school, and sometimes I add them at home as I think of things. So it's really a team approach.
At school, I can chat with friends, interact with my teachers, and practice my letters and numbers.
The Dynavox has really opened up a lot of doors for Ellie in terms of just being able to tell us everything that she wants and needs, and as well as helped with school and communicating with her peers, and included some social opportunities for her. And so we will continue to explore future technology options, see if there's anything new and improved and better, which I'm sure there will be in the future.
All right, so we have another several links that I provided here. So maybe you guys can watch it later, okay, to have better understanding on how assistive technology is being used by disability student and how it helps a lot for for them to have a normal life. Okay, so next one is technology for administration. Okay, teachers and administrators utilize technology as follows. Okay, first, they can use audio or video conferencing for online meeting. All right, it also save time. Okay. All right, second one is writing class newsletters, okay, making invitations for parents to come to schools or making invitation for students, okay, for grading and writing reports, okay. And the last one is monitor the progress of individual students, teachers, and school staffs using database system. So yeah, technology nowadays is like the needs for all of us to complete and done our job, right? Okay. Okay, the challenges. Okay, the next part is the challenges of integrating technology. Okay, while technology is being utilized more and more frequently in this modern modern world, and this 21st century education. Okay, still many teachers and students are still struggling with integrating technology in their teaching and learning process. So these four are the common challenges for integrating technology into our classroom or education system. Okay, the first one is to provide equal access of technology to all students is quite impossible, I think, because not all students have the same access for computers, for technologies, and even the internet. So, especially for the children who comes from lower socioeconomic status, okay, it's hard for them to um, to use technology in classroom. Okay, to buy a new technology is need more money, right? So yeah, okay, for example, um, just a simple examples like internet access. Okay, not all students are able to have strong internet connection all the time. Okay, some of them might have to go to the town to get the access internet to enter the classroom, online classroom, just like the students from Sarawak that went viral. Okay, so yeah, it's being concern of challenges of integrating technology. I'm sorry. Okay, the next part is successfully addressing the increasing amount of cyberbullying. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, and the third one is to dealing with students and cell phone in the classroom. Okay, there are pros and cons in using cell phone in education, especially in the classroom. Okay, on the positive side, maybe the cell phone helps a lot for students to find information, to respond teachers' question, like play a game like Kahoot in the classroom, right? Okay, to access the internet to find information. Okay, it also can be used to connect with students and teachers to connect with their peers, okay, to study via cell phone, but it also has a negative side with which is yeah, I think it can distract the attentions of students in the classroom, okay, as it can lead students to misuse the cell phone in the class, okay, especially for the entertainment purpose instead of educational sources, okay. Yeah, student attempt to bypass web filters to access gaming, such as PUBG or ML, or even scrolling the social media in the classroom, scrolling IG, see the Insta famous or see the new gossip, kan? Okay, so yeah, it can lead students to use the cell phone and in appropriate times, okay, such as while teachers or lecturers is teaching in front of the class. So it can distract and draw away students' attention from the learning process in the class. Okay, pro and cons. Okay, so the last one is safety and security of students. Okay, with the increasing popularity of education technology in schools are also leading to increased concern regarding how to keep students safe while using the internet and technology. Okay, yeah, as they can leave students to vulnerable and exposed to inappropriate contents such as violence media or even pornography. Okay, and like online predators such as gamers. So it's quite dangerous lah actually, especially for those who are not secure their, you know, their information, their personal information, right? So while searching or doing research for this topic, I found that features of Go Guardian Admin or teacher software can be very effective in helping students to teach students to be a responsible digital citizens. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, because this kind of software can help uh, schools or teachers to keyboard blocking and smart alerts, okay, so that students can access to inappropriate contents while using or maybe Wi-Fi, school Wi-Fi, okay, so it can be prevent. Yeah. Okay, that's it. Okay. Oh, one more. Okay, this is the last part of our discussion for today. Okay, which is general online safety guidelines that we can practice. Okay, first, don't trust easily people or person you have met online. For me, I think it's okay to have a trust issue. You know, it's no people nowadays is very scary. Yeah. Okay. Second, okay, think before you act or post something, especially on our social media. Okay. Never say anything that you wouldn't want to somebody else know about it. Okay, such as like your secrets or whatsoever, because yeah, nowadays even little things can be viral so quick. just like in the blink of eyes, poop, viral. Oh, so dangerous. Okay, and I see while scrolling on my Twitter or Instagram, we can see like the spill the tea culture is very common for people nowadays. It's not good. Yeah, no, no, don't practice that. Okay, it's very it's not good lah. Don't do that. Okay, because yeah, just don't do that. Okay. The next one is don't expose your personal information to public. Yeah, be private, okay? For our own safety. We must take care our personal information about the location that we post online. So because it can attract, bad people, So we have to be very careful. Okay. Okay, the next one is avoid clicking on sites that look scammy. Okay. And do not open email or files from people you don't know. Okay, as we don't know what is the contents in those files, maybe a virus or it can, when we click on the files that we don't know where it comes from, maybe it can, it can be easy for hacker to access our personal information, to to steal our money just like this. So dangerous. Okay. Hmm. Okay, and the last one is use an antivirus extension on our browser to keep our computer secure. Okay, there's a lot of antivirus that can be used, such as what Hmm, not Firefox. Firefox is webcam. So sorry, I don't remember. Okay, maybe you guys can search on the internet lah kan. Okay, so that's it. Okay, I hope we help you guys to understand more about this topic. Yeah, that's all from us, and don't forget to watch my link YouTube that I've provided. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.